Greetings one and all, this is Riddim Works and welcome to my channel, and today it's catch up time. Just want to let you know what's been happening. I basically took time out to prepare myself for a Mother's Day gig that I had on the 9th of March. It was a big gig. I had a 12-piece band, 3-piece horns, 3 backup vocalists, and a 6-piece backing band as well. But I really didn't enjoy it for the fact that I wasn't well at all. I was really sick with the flu, and I basically dosed myself up with painkillers and paracetamol and all that stuff just to keep standing on the stage. So I didn't really enjoy my show as much as I would like. But I want to take the opportunity to thank everyone that came out to the event. It was a good event, it really was, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I would like to have enjoyed it with everyone else. So that was basically that. And I was ill for the following week after the show as well. So, so gaming wasn't really a part of my itinerary in that portion of time. But I'm much better now. And I just want to raise the question of shoot 'em up apathy or shooter apathy. I just want to know, does anyone suffer with that? Do they periodically suffer with that? Because for me, as a casually converted shoot 'em up fan, I must say that I'm beginning to suffer with that. Because no matter how you look at it, at the end of the day, the object is basically the same. You just, you have your guns, you load up your guns with special fixtures and features on the guns depending on your XP, and you're able to basically kill your enemies much faster, much quicker, much swifter. But the object is still the game. It's just to basically point and shoot. Now I just want to know, is it something that is exclusive to me, which I know it isn't, but I'm just asking the question anyway. And and if anyone else has suffered with that, how do they keep the game fresh? How do they keep the genre fresh within their gameplay? I think by playing co-op and team deathmatch, it's just down to the individual's taste, I suppose. But I like playing co-op games where there's not so much emphasis on competition, if you like, but you still get some dudes that want to be competitive in co-op, and that kind of pisses me off to no end. But hey, this is what it is, right? But what are the best ways of actually getting through shoot 'em up apathy? Because right now I'm kind of getting a little bored of the genre, and want to find something fresh within it, I suppose. I mean, obviously you have the skins and stuff like that, and you have the disguises, and you have the guns and what have you, and things like that, and I suppose it makes it different aesthetically, but the object is the same. I bought, what game was it? It was Sniper Elite V2, the Game of the Year edition, and the thing that I liked about the game was the actual X-ray kill cam. It's actually getting the satisfaction of watching a bullet travel so far, and hitting someone in the head, or hitting someone in the nuts, or hitting someone in the kidneys. You know what I mean? It's just that sadistic bloodlust, I suppose, I have within me on a digital game platform. Which kind of leads me on to my next subject matter, which is actually pre-orders. I spent a lot of time last week actually cancelling a lot of pre-orders. And I'm talking impulsive pre-orders of games that I wouldn't necessarily even pay any time towards. Obviously there are games like The Last of Us, and also Grand Theft Auto 5, which obviously I have no hesitation in buying, pre-order or otherwise, so that goes without question. But quite a few of the games that I had on pre-ordered, I actually cancelled them, because I actually watched a video about the subject a couple of hours ago. It's a long video, around 20 minutes, but this dude was very, very articulate and basically mentioned the pros and cons of pre-ordering stuff and really what it means or doesn't mean to you as the consumer, and how little difference it makes to you as a consumer by getting into the whole pre-order thing, and it was very interesting. And I won't front. I mean, I was basically suckered twice with the whole pre-order thing. Number one with Aliens Colonial Marines, and second of all with Tomb Raider. Aliens Colonial Marines really kind of traumatized me in terms of pre-ordering stuff, and I vowed that I would never be duped into doing something like that again. But yet again, I was with Tomb Raider, which I still find is a very good single player game. But in terms of the multiplayer, which it never had as a feature before in this series, I just wanted to basically find out how it would play, and it doesn't really play that well, in my opinion. Because I had actually bought Sniper Elite version 2, Game of the Year edition. I'm very much into sniper games, stealth games, and things like that. Hitman being one of them. I pre-ordered Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, and just by looking at the gameplay, I just found it, I don't know, I didn't find it as exciting as Sniper Elite, especially for that X-ray kill cam. I think that's a good feature, it just makes you want to aspire as to getting as much kill cam shots as possible, I suppose. I mean, what do you think about it? I know I've covered it in previous videos in relation to betas and pre-orders and stuff, but my standpoint is, we're living in economically hard and tough times, and you have to make a very informed decision and an informed choice when you're spending £40 or $60 for a computer game that you expect to have a lot of life out of, and I think with what game companies are doing and game retail stores, online, offline, wherever, I think they're basically abusing the fact that that there are going to be suckers out there who are going to buy the games regardless. And I think with what this dude said on the video, we do have the power to make a change in relation to how game developers brings games across in order for us to consume them, and consume them at great length as well. Because I've got to say, I mean, Uncharted, is a game I keep coming back to time after time after time after time, simply because of the fact that it allowed me to play the beta. And, I do believe that Naughty Dog are a very honorable company, and they do believe in giving value for money as well. And, obviously with The Last of Us being released very, very soon in May, I think they're going to carry on that tradition, simply because they haven't really spoken a lot about the multiplayer aspect of that game. But regardless, I'm going to buy that game anyway. It goes without question. So, just want to know your opinions about the whole pre-order thing. Is it something that you've been affected by? Have you been duped into buying a pre-order game or pre-ordering a game that didn't really meet your expectations? Was it a lackluster affair when you actually got the game? I know with Aliens Colonial Marines, lackluster is an understatement, and it really affected me in terms of how I actually buy games now. I don't follow the hype anymore. I wait until people actually give decent reviews on it, and well-informed reviews on it as well, so I can make my own mind up after watching those things. That is more or less really what has been up in my world since the last time I've spoken. I think the last pre-order experience I had, which was enjoyable for me, was with dear old Fight Night Champion. I actually pre-ordered the game from 2 different sites, and one of the pre-orders they had was for the Everlast kit, and the other pre-order offer was for young George Foreman, something that it's still sought after today. and basically I ordered the 2 games, both pre-order offers, and I simply sent one back after receiving one of the games. So I ended up getting both pre-orders. But the companies are more than clued up with that now, so they're gonna make sure that they're gonna take your money before you take their money, so to speak. And look how long Fight Night Champion's been out, you know. So in respect of what companies are basically doing now, they're literally just diluting or, you know, dividing their product for more money than what the games are really worth. And I think that is really, really sad. But, you know, we have the control to basically to force the game developers' hands and to force the game retailers' hands as well into just giving us a fair deal. You know, game developers should not be afraid of putting their demos out for us to play, for us to give good feedback and constructive criticism in order to lengthen the life of the game. And I think with what Naughty Dog had done with Uncharted, it's testament, you know, to how games can basically live on and on and on and on, you know. So that is definitely something that I will not be doing in the not too distance. I won't be pre-ordering games as impulse buys or anything like that, you know. If I can't get no demos or betas or anything off the games, I'll just wait. You know, I'll just exercise patience in that regard. And that's it. But definitely The Last of Us and definitely Grand Theft Auto 5 goes without saying. Those are games, you know, I pre-ordered that game from 2011. And The Last of Us is coming out in May, so that's going to be very exciting to witness as well. Here I'm actually playing Max Payne co-op DLC, which was basically one of the last set of DLCs that has been utilized for the game. This is a classic example of me basically pre-ordering a game that had a lot of hype with it, and me ending up actually paying another £20 before the game was actually released on the extra DLC. You know, and it's a game that is worth, what, £15 now, if that. And I don't really play this game a lot, you know, because the one thing that appealed to me about the game is the one thing I can't stand, and that's the bullet time. And in the multiplayer, you know, your gameplay can be affected by someone else's bullet time, which to me does not make an ounce of sense. But hey, you know, that's just how it is, you know. So yeah, so this game, Aliens and Tomb Raider, I must say, are 3 of the games that I've been sucker punched the most in terms of pre-ordering and stuff. But I've got to give credit to Max Payne. At least I will pick up Max Payne and play it. Whereas with Aliens, I can't even use it as a coaster. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, so for me right now, you know, it's taught me a very valuable lesson as to, you know, not get impatient and pre-order stuff that's going to cost me the same amount of money anyway. Yeah, so that's it really. And until next time, keep gaming, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.